To be honest, I was very excited because, firstly, that's my personality also. But I was very excited because it's the first time we are making a period drama or something that's set in a different era in Indian OTT. So that in itself is quite interesting because if you see these days, a lot of stories are sort of similar setups, small town stories. So this is very in its own vibe, and it's larger than life, very aesthetically shot. But answering your question, when it came to me on paper also it looked great, but now from paper to the execution and how we've created Paurashpur, it's looking even better. So obviously I was very happy to be a part of it.
What is the director brief about your character in the series?
So when actually I'm playing Nritya Guru, that's the dance teacher. It sounds, actually doesn't even sound simple, but it still is simpler than what I'm doing in this series. This series has a lot of twists and turns, firstly, and Nritya Guru is, and I can't tell you what is he responsible for or not, but he's very layered as a person. So when I say layered, it automatically becomes very interesting for an actor to play a part like that, because every episode you will see something of the interesting as far as my inputs would be in Paurashpur. So anything that's layered, anything that has a different side to him, anything that's not just one tone or unitone is always interesting for an actor.
I mean, you have been paired with opposite Milind.
Right.
How was your first day? Where the very first shot or the very first scene with Milind, your experience with him?
Right. Have you been told that I've been paired opposite Milind, or you're just taking a guess? You're taking a guess. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wow.
If you see,
Yeah.
You don't realize it. There's something fishy between you and Milind.
Something fishy. Actually, so quite an observation, I must say. But who am I paired opposite, and why am I paired opposite who? And that is something you have to watch the series for. But Milind and I also obviously have a lot of screen time together. And your guess now, I can't comment on that because you're very sharp. You would have caught me in a second. If I didn't ask you that, have you been told? I would have answered like. But you'll have to watch the series to see if Milind and I are paired opposite each other, and why are we paired opposite each other if that's the case. So like I said, because this is the kind of series where the script is, I think, one of her highlights. The way it's shot is obviously also is one of the, I would say, key pointers, and the cast and everything, but the script is the strongest point. So this is not a very simple story where you can say, oh, A is paired with B and B falls in love with C, so now there's an issue. No, it's not that simple. It's way more complicated than that, and hopefully people would like that.
The response there's a mixed response when you talk about whatever is out in media and social media, whether it's teaser or the trailer.
Right.
It's a very bold subject.
Right.
What's your take on the boldness of this series? Is the script demanding
Is
so much?
it bold? I don't know. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. What do you think? Is it like bold?
It's not about me being alone. There are people coming in. There are fans. And then you can see the comment also.
Right.
And it is bold in the current scenario. And what we being in Indians going through. There are some suddenly some out of the blue some party comes in the picture and says political party and says
right. I'm upset about this.
Yes.
So Mr. Khan, I'll tell you one thing. Like, I think sometimes if somebody has to get offended, they will get offended on you eating an apple or having coffee. It's 2020. The only responsibility as filmmakers or as actors that we have is when we are representing some community or we are representing something, it has to be done with a lot of respect and responsibility. Nobody should feel offended from their hearts. The idea is not to hurt anybody's sentiments genuinely. Some people get upset about things that I know what you mean, like they might get, but I think if you've seen the teaser, the trailer, everything, if you're talking about the boldness of it, which I don't really understand what that means, but it's shot very aesthetically. When you'll watch it, I'm sure if I'll speak to you then, and if you'll probably call me and say, Sahil, yes, you were right, it's shot so beautifully. Sometimes when we watch international shows, it's not that our show is about sexuality or about anything that is bold for some people. It's about a lot of elements. It's a lot of elements coming together. So likewise, when we watch a lot of international shows, there are a lot of elements that come together. The only responsibility as creative people is that you have to shoot it in a beautiful way and an aesthetic way. And I think we have definitely succeeded in that. And when everybody will watch it, they will 100% agree.
See, there's also a feeling, undercurrent. It also gives a message about women empowerment.
Right.
What's your take on that? It's carrying that, when you see the teaser and trailer, you realize at the end of the day,
right,
it's a war between, against male-dominated society.
Right. But women empowerment is something I stand for. I would love to be the face of women empowerment, like with the women. I think that is something we need globally and especially in India. I'm sorry, but in India, the state of women, when we talk about women, it's not about the wonderful, successful girls we have or ladies we have in Bombay. We are talking about the small cities, the small towns, rural areas. So wherever we can talk about positive subjects like these and show them in the right way and inspire people to stand up for their rights, be it women, be it kids, be it anybody, it's always good. So I think I'm all for it. And yes, you're right, you've got it absolutely correct. Women empowerment is obviously one of the major things in our series. I would say one of the main key points. So I think it's great and I'm very proud of it that we are showing such a positive scenario.
Yesterday I had spoken to Shilpa and she said it's a blend of Utsav and Kama Sutra.
Oh, did she say that? She said that? Oh, so Shilpa is wonderful. Shilpa and I get along very well. We have a lot of screen time together and we are very fond of each other. Everybody loves her. She's so sweet. No, she said it's a blend of Utsav and Kama Sutra. Actually, I haven't seen Utsav, so I can't comment. I haven't seen Kama Sutra, so I can't comment. But I know Kama Sutra, and I think we are the land of Kama Sutra. But I think it's a wonderful comment from Shilpa, but I'll have to speak to her to know what she meant. Rekha ji, I know, but again, I know, I've seen clippings, and I know Utsav was also quite a cult movie in that time. I'm very aware, but unfortunately, I don't think I was there in the world then, so I didn't really watch it. But I don't know, Shilpa said it, so I'm sure she means it in the right way.
Do you consider it as a compliment? When you say, or somebody says, who are part of Paurashpur, it's a blend of Utsav was a larger than life film. Utsav
was a larger than life film, you say. So I think it's a compliment. I see some comparisons that are happening with Game of Thrones that somebody just mentioned about Padmavat, but I would like to say that as an actor, when I do something, for me, Paurashpur is Paurashpur. Like the idea is never to get a reference point. And even for us, when we were filming, there was no reference point. We are not trying to recreate something. We are trying to create something new on its own. But if you're going to compare it to some cult movies, it's a compliment. That's always a compliment. And if, like you're saying, Utsav and Kama Sutra were such big, wonderful films, so I'll say that's a compliment.
Do you still consider, I'm talking about Bollywood.
Right.
Or India.
Right.
Still a male-dominated society?
Unfortunately, I would say yes. I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. And I think I would like to believe that. It's just that the girls I know, my family, we are very equals. Like me and my sister have the same rights. If I step out at night, she can step out at night. If I can't drink and drive, she cannot drink and drive. It's not that. But it's not about my family. It's not about my friend circle. I'm talking about probably a girl in Agra. I'm probably, who's probably not so aware of her rights. So I think it is slightly male dominated, but it's changing also, I would like to say. I think women are more aware of what they can achieve and what they stand for. So I think it's changing, but there's much more that has to be done.
Working experience with Anu Kapoor.
Wonderful. I think he's a legend. I'm obsessed with his work, and he's got, I love his voice. He's got a very good voice, like I told him also. I said, you say any dialogue, it'll work. You can say, hi, how are you? It'll suddenly be the key dialogue. Because he's such a legend, and of course, I'm a huge, huge fan, and with all my heart, and everybody is. Anu Kapoor, Anuji is that bracket of actors. Everybody loves him. Like you cannot have a mixed opinion on Anuji. Everybody loves him, and especially for his craft and what he brings on screen.
On a very positive note, or on a very lighter note, we have, numerous of actors who are part of Paurashpur, which include Milind, which include Shilpa, which include legends like Anuji. Are you worried about somewhere, or you get overshadowed, or you are so confident, or you are so aware, it is so well written, no one will overshadow anyone?
I'm a very confident person, actually, and a very confident actor. I wouldn't be a part of the project if I think it's not I'm not going to give it so much time and not get anything out of it. So this part is quite a part. You have to watch it, and I'm telling you, it's quite a part. And everybody's part is very well written, and they're all very interlinked also. Yeah, like they're very interlinked. But I would say Bhanu, that is who I'm playing. I'm very, very confident that nobody can overshadow him. I cannot overshadow anybody else. And plus, I come from that school of acting where you're not here to overshadow anybody. You're here to like work as a team and bring a great product. If my idea is कि ये scene मेरा इसके साथ है, मैं इसको overshadow करूँगा, then that scene only won't work because the other guy will look like an idiot and then I'll also look like an idiot. Acting for me is about action reaction. Yeah. So that's why I love to work with legendary actors like Anuji, you know, because you learn so much also from him. Yeah.
The last one. What message do you want to give to the audience? Why they come and be a part of Paurashpur? Though the response is really positive, you know. The buzz around Paurashpur web series is everywhere. You must be knowing it.
I would say please come and watch Paurashpur on the 29th because it's a very special show. It's a very different concept. I would say it's slightly out of the box. It'll give you a lot of moments where you'll be shocked. It'll give you a lot of moments where you'll fall in love. It'll give you a lot of moments where you'll be just in awe because of how it's shot, how beautiful the sets are, how beautiful everybody's looking, and a wonderful cast. But for me, my strongest point about Paurashpur would be its script. I think script is always the king. Yeah, everything else is wonderful, it always adds, but your script has to be strong, and I know it for a fact that our script is super strong and it's come even better on camera. Like, you know, कागज से जब execution पे आता है ना, वो बहुत ज़रूरी है. कागज पे बहुत सारी चीज़ें अच्छी लगती हैं, पर जब आप shoot करते हैं तो आपको लगता है ये तो कुछ और ही बन गया. But in Paurashpur, I think we have surpassed the paper writing also. So I'm very confident that people will love it.